What makes a knife not cut is usually because your edge is moving sideways, which is called a burr. This device called the honing steel sharpens your knife and makes it nice and sharp again. In the worst case scenario, if you don't have these tools, you can use the bottom of a ceramic cup. Another tool you can use is a sharpening stone. Typically, you can get one with different roughnesses. Usually you start with the rougher ones, then move on to the finer ones. Obviously, you can't do that with a cup. There are many other sharpening tools, but the best tool to use would be a diamond sharpening stone. In our case, we will use this. In the movies, you would see people sharpening their knives like this. But this is very wrong and could easily get you injured, so please don't do this. What you want to do is sharpen your knife like this. So you can see here that is 90 degrees, then 45 degrees, then half of 45 degrees, so around 22.5 degrees. Then you start at the end and do the whole blade, cutting in a downwards motion. You don't want to sharpen only parts of your knife or hit it hard or it will chip. The knives that you use to cut harder stuff like bone have a higher angle, and the knives that you use to cut very sharply, the angle is narrower. So the sharpening angle differs for each knife you use, so make sure you're aware in how you're setting your angle to sharpen your knife. You gently place it onto the honing steel and sharpen your knife. You can repeat this however many times you want, the more the better. To see if your knife is sharp or not, grab a piece of paper and slice through it. If your knife doesn't glide through easily, your knife is still not sharp enough. Even if your knife cuts to a paper, if the paper tears, then it is not sharp enough. Here are some examples of dull knives cutting paper. Now grab your sharpening stone. Again, I am using the diamond sharpening stone. Always away from you, hold the stone and maintain the angle of a 22.5 degree. Count how many times you glide your knife onto the stone. Here we sharpened it 20 times, and to make it even, we will do it 20 times on the other side. When doing it to the other side, always sharpen it away from you, or use a knife glove like we did. Try to refrain from sharpening your knife too many times on this diamond stone, because this is fine grit. But if you have a coarse or medium grit, you would do the least amount of sharpening since it takes off a lot of metal. Take your paper and test your knife again. As you can see in the video, the knife catches the paper at the end, which means that the tip of the knife is not sharp enough, so we'll repeat the sharpening process. After repeating the sharpening process, you can see how smooth the knife cuts through the paper. And that's it on how to sharpen your knife.